Hey everyone, Adam here. Welcome back to another video. In this one, we're going to be talking about how to target the right audience with your Facebook ads. Now, if you're going ahead and searching this up on YouTube, you might not have heard of me before. My name is Adam Matthews, and I've been in the e-commerce space and running Facebook ads for a little over 8 years now. And things have changed over time. 8 years ago, it looked drastically different than it does today. I'll tell you that right now for a fact. This video here, we're going to cover over basically the strategies that we're using, today, today's time, basically to target the right audience with our Facebook ads and show you, some results, a little behind the scenes and how well this works. So without further ado, let's get right into it. So basically, you can see here in terms of the targeting that we use, the results that it can yield. I just pulled up a quick little last 30 days here. So this is before, well, actually this brand's not even running Black Friday, actually, to be honest, but you can see here, basically we've done over $312,000 with a 7.63 return on ad spend with a very healthy cost per acquisition for this brand here. And, you can see here one campaign literally has 200 grand with 10X basically. And this is done with the exact strategies for targeting that I'm going to go through right now. Now, a couple of years ago, I spoke with a Meta engineer, and they had mentioned that basically they have, Meta has over 10,000 touch points of data that they use for their targeting. So it's one of those things that you really don't want to mess with the algorithm too much. And, I kind of pulled up some of the, did a bit of research on this and, pulled up some things on even on ChatGPT to kind of summarize some things, but they have a lot, and I mean a lot of data, like more than you can even think. And they're even saying, I heard 10,000 touch points, and now they're, ChatGPT is saying 52,000 attributes for tailoring their ads, which is like, even if you had 10 things, like, some age, gender, relationship status, like that's already like, yeah, wow, we got a good grasp on them. But like, no, try not even like 100, not even 1,000, not even 10,000, 52,000. Like, it's extensive. It is just crazy. Like, because if you think about it, the amount of like pixels, like how many Facebook pixels are there? I think it's about 8 million or so pixels are there on the internet. There is about, or how many Facebook pixels are there on websites? I swear there's, or how many advertisers are there? How many Facebook advertisers? There's literally about 8 million, or sorry, yeah, 10 million. So now it's grown since I've looked it up. So there's 10, so if you think about it, there's 10 million pixels plus across all these different advertisers. Like, they have access to all that data on every single user that's going on all these websites, interacting. Like, they know exactly what's going on, all their shopping behavior, everything they like to look up. Like, they have all of that. And then on top of that, they literally have like financial data. Like, they got a lot. Yeah, I mean, we can kind of debate it in the comments a little bit, but I personally think they listen to the voice. I've had numerous times where I think there was this one story one time when basically I was talking about this one candy. I forget what it was called. It was some sort of sour candy, and I never get ads basically for, candy at all. Like, it just never happens. And then literally the next day, I get like, I think it was like a Sour Patch. Yeah, I think that's what it was, Sour Patch ad literally the next day. And I never even get ads for Sour Patches ever. And literally the next day I got that. And I've just had, every single time to talk to people about this, there's just been those cases where, they'll be talking about something and all of a sudden they get an ad for it. This one was pretty crazy too. I remember one time I was talking to I wouldn't even say friend, basically an acquaintance. And he was basically, he was basically starting this business where they're selling cars to, people with low credit. I mean, the guy was a bit sus, to be honest, but selling cars basically to people with lowerish credit. And then literally the next day I get an ad, or no, actually not even that next day. I think within an hour I got an ad on that, and I was just like I don't even have low credit. Like, I don't know, you know what I mean? So it's one of those things where it's like, they claim they don't, Meta's claim they don't, but let's just say, they have an insane amount of, basically, data on each user. It's ridiculous. So all that to say is, do take note when you're doing your targeting on Meta that, you don't really want to mess with the algorithm too much. Like, it knows who to find. I will tell you that. Now, what to not be like, before I get into what to do, this is what you should not be doing, okay? You should not be doing this. And there's literally a meme about it, and I've shown it on the channel before. You do not want to be doing this, okay? The virgin complicated media buying. It makes a bit of a joke of it, but the funny thing is it's actually facts. Like, it's, if you do this stuff, you're actually literally going to get worse performance. Like, Basically what it means, like, this initiate checkout and add to cart lookalike might outperform the 95% video views. Like things like that. It's just like, trying to target better in Facebook. You just don't want to do that. And basically that's how it kind of used to be a little bit, in terms of like doing these different lookalike audiences and these different segments and doing interest targeting, which, I used to swear by on the channel years ago. And we've done it here in basically, 2024, going to 2025. And basically it just doesn't perform as well. What you'll find basically if you do, let's just take interest targeting compared to what I'm about to go over really soon, is you'll basically just get a higher CPM by about 25%. And basically what they'll do is they'll just charge you more to show the ads when they already have literally all the data. You know what I mean? Like it's just more, as they say, 52,000 touch points. Like they already have all the data and you're trying to mess with that. Now, what you should be doing is utilizing broad targeting. So what does broad targeting exactly mean? That means basically in the advanced detailed targeting section here on Meta, you actually leave that blank and do not mess with it basically. And same thing with the age and same thing with the genders. And what you'll find is they will, based off your ad, based off all the pixel data on the website, they will find the exact age group that, makes the most sense for the brand. They'll find, the genders that makes the most sense, and they'll find those pocket of audiences that make the most sense for the product. That's literally what you'll find essentially. So basically what you want to do is use target your audience using the creative, i.e. the photo, the video, the carousel, etc., and the ad copy essentially. Okay. So as an example, you can see here for this brand that we work with, basically we're targeting moms with either babies or kids that wet the bed, okay? And you can see here right away, as soon as you click on the video, boom, it's already showing, a baby with a product, right underneath it. So what this is gonna do is basically just gonna show the product to moms. And then if you check the data, it literally does exactly that. It's gonna just target females aged like, I'd say late 20s to, I'd say mid to late 40s or like low 50s or so, that have like, a kid that's anywhere from like 1 to 2 years old to a kid that's maybe like 12 years old. So kind of in that range. And it literally just doesn't. And then what we do is we send them to a page right now and that, basically kind of tailors it towards that audience. And then another example is we'll do, targeting people with pets. Okay. So you can see here, as soon as you click on this video, you see a dog right here and you see them, making a mess on the couch essentially. So immediately, and then right away, warning might make owning a dog 10 times easier. So we're calling that out right in the ad copy and in the creative. So now it just goes and finds people who are dog owners, right? And, kind of struggling with that kind of issue where, the dogs are kind of peeing all over the place and stuff like that. And it basically solves that. And then on top of that, what we do is we send them to, a page that is tailored towards that audience as well. So that is basically how you want to do it. Nowadays it's just the creative and the copy, focus on targeting your audience with those rather than try to mess with the algorithm and try to, do either interest targeting or even worse, lookalike targeting, because it just, raises up the CPMs too much by about 25%, give or take. We have actually tested it recently and just the performance isn't as good, and it's actually less scalable too as well. And in terms of the age range, so you can see here with the exact same targeting right below, you can see this example here in the above. Basically for a brand that sells t-shirts and, apparel to the younger demographic, we literally don't even touch any of this, leave it completely broad. And it siphons out and finds the exact people, 18 to 24 and then 25 to 34 is basically where 95% of the spend is going to. And then, it basically kind of peels it up and just hits people here and there who are a little bit older. They're probably buying it for their kids, in this age range, like, let's just say they're definitely not wearing these t-shirts. So yeah, that it will do that from time to time. But the thing is, if we just cut off everything, we only target 45 to 54. It's like, oh, it's getting a 3.3 ROAS. Well, the thing is, if we actually only targeted that, like the pocket, the pool of the audience is so small that it really wouldn't make sense. So let it do it for you. And then we have another product where, we got these user generated content videos that we went ahead and sourced. It really tailors towards an older audience. So now you can see here, the majority is really 35 plus, right? So 18 and 24 doesn't even target it pretty much at all. It's just not really, meant for someone young. So exact opposite. So without us even, kind of messing with the age range, just leave it exactly as is. It'll automatically, target and tailor it towards that main audience there for you without you even, touching it. So, and it really just does it gets you the best returns at the best, like, the best amount of volume as well too. So yeah, hopefully that makes sense, and, seeing that data there behind it. So if you are doing, this kind of stuff, I encourage you to stop doing that as soon as possible. You're just not going to get as good of results as you will with the Chad Broad target. And it really just works. Like, it just, as funny as this meme is, it holds a lot of truth. So it honestly is really how, we are getting these results here, in today's, day and age with Meta. So who knows, maybe next year things change, but as it stands, this is how we're doing our targeting right here, right now, and getting the best results using it. So go ahead, take these lessons from this video and apply it to how you're doing your targeting today. So appreciate it watching all the way to the end. We'll catch you in the next video. Let me know if you have any questions down below, or anything else like that. And yeah, thanks so much for watching all the way in. We'll catch you in the next one. Cheers for watching.